Parents, what's the most valuable thing your child has taught you? My family and I decided to go camping to disconnect after being glued to screens all week. My two kids were thrilled about the trip, but I was dreading it. I had been up late the night before organizing camping gear and prepping meals for everyone while checking work emails. And that was on top of being burnt out from back-to-back projects at work. I honestly wasn't expecting to enjoy myself. When we arrived at the campsite, we set up our tents and immediately started exploring. My wife began setting up the fire pit while I supervised the kids. Once everything was ready, my wife eagerly joined the kids on the hiking trail. I sat on a log and pulled out my phone to check messages when I suddenly heard laughter and small feet rushing toward me. I looked up and saw my son beaming and yelling, "Dad." He grabbed my hand and tried to pull me up while insisting, "Let's explore, Dad." I smiled and ruffled his hair. My wife and 9-year-old daughter returned to grab water bottles and some trail mix. My son tugged on my hand again, begging me to hike with him. My daughter rolled her eyes with her mouth full of snacks and said, "Don't bother asking him to come with us. He never explores or has fun. He's too boring." Well, that comment seriously stung. I was once an avid hiker in college, and I used to lead wilderness trips with my wife and friends. But becoming a father and climbing the corporate ladder changed my priorities and made me feel disconnected. I've seen how people judge dads who still try to be adventurous and carefree, calling them immature. I gave my son a weak smile and explained, "Daddy will just slow you down, and I like watching you explore." He simplified the issue, asking, "Is slow bad?" My coach said, "Slow and steady wins. I want to go slow with Daddy." I sat there speechless, realizing that the only opinion I should care about was my family's opinion. I was sitting here at the campsite, missing out on precious moments with my family because I didn't want to look like an irresponsible dad to the world. I blinked back emotion and stood up, taking his hand. I grinned at my daughter and asked, "Did you just call me boring? Well, I bet this boring guy can find more cool stuff on the trail than you. Ready? Go." I hoisted my son onto my shoulders and immediately headed for the trail. My daughter protested and yelled that we were cheating by getting a head start. My wife scooped her up and jogged after us. Within moments, they both passed us and disappeared around the bend. We spent the next 2 hours identifying plants, spotting wildlife, and building a fort from fallen branches. Since the trip, I've been saying yes more to spontaneous adventures and doing things that I once thought would make me look immature to others.